Hey friends, it is 8:30 in the morning, and yes, I just got up, and so did just a few of my kids. There's still quite a few asleep still in the house, but I thought that I would show you kind of what our typical morning routine is. Now, this is not going to include homeschooling because it's Friday, so instead today is going to include home blessing, which is our weekly house cleaning. So you'll kind of see what I do routinely in the morning, and hopefully you won't be too appalled by the mess. So the only people up are Mercy and Micah and Creed, and we are having yogurt because I needed to use up some yogurt that I had, some Greek yogurt, and so I just put it into a bowl. I had some fruit that was needing to be used up, and then I have some honey and chocolate chips and peanut butter, and that is breakfast. I also started some eggs this morning, so there's some hard-boiled eggs on the back burner there going so that we can peel those later and make egg salad. I think that is supper tonight, if I remember correctly. And then here's my mess. I was gone a lot yesterday, and so the dishes person, which is my 12-year-old, did not get through all his dishes because he's kind of new to this chore and I have to stay on him. So what he does is he loads the dishwasher and he washes anything by hand that's supposed to be washed by hand, and obviously he did not do that. So that's gonna have to be taken care of before home blessing chores can happen. Just a little bit here more about my morning routine. I put on a pot of coffee, usually first thing in the morning. This is one of my favorite mugs. It was hand thrown by a friend of ours, and so I've got my little creamer there from Aldi, and it's just waiting for some coffee. Right now I am drinking mostly this Churchill. We can grind it ourselves at the local grocery store, and so we like that. My office stuff is over here. As you see, there's like random things on here that don't really belong, but we'll get to those later. Oh, and she says she wants some more. Also, as part of my morning routine, I almost always make a pitcher of iced tea. Just brew up a couple of family-sized tea bags and pop them in the microwave. Ooh, and I'm not gonna show you that microwave because that's just nasty. And put it in and let that run and warm up. I could do it in the tea kettle, but I just don't get to it. If I have oranges, I throw orange slices in there as well. I guess you got a good glimpse here of my mock mill instead of my microwave. This sits out on the counter. It is a countertop grain mill. It's super awesome. I love this thing for grinding. In fact, I've never had a real grinder before, and this has been amazing. So you might take a look at that. I will try to show you more. I'm just not planning on grinding anything this morning, so that's not going to be done. Anyway, and so yeah, we're just going to wait for that to be done. I let the dog out. He is somewhere out there. These windows in our current home are almost impossible to clean, and as you see, like the screens and such are messed up, and so there's like spider webs inside some of the windows, and that's just the way it is. I've let paintbrushes dry. We had a recent birthday, so there's candles up there drying, and then these little critters that my mother-in-law bought us and the kids think are hilarious. They're up here right now too for Thanksgiving. And then my daughter's plants. She's trying to save the succulent currently. I'm not real sure it's going to be saved, but somebody on Instagram told her what to do, so she's trying that. All right, the tea is done, and I will get that fixed and be back in a minute. Hopefully you can hear me out here. This is where I come a lot of times. Sometimes I'll go on the front porch too, but this is our back porch, and there's just a table and 4 chairs out here, and then that air conditioner. That's why I'm not sure you can hear me, because the air conditioner is kind of loud. That's the one thing that makes this spot bad in like the summer, is that I can't just sit out here and have some quiet. There's an air conditioner always in the background, but as the weather cools off, it's just a really nice place to be. I have some Christmas lights strung up there, and I really enjoy those at night. And so A lot of times my husband and I will come out here, or I'll come out here on my own in the mornings and just kind of soak up a little bit of quiet as I drink some coffee to get my day started. And the kids are typically getting their morning chores done, or they're just playing, which in this case they're kind of just playing because there's only the 3 of them up right now. I'm sure that the 7-year-old will be up pretty soon too, because he and the 9-year-old are buddies, and the 9-year-old is kind of an early riser. And so I'm just kind of waiting for them to get up, and then I will get them going with their morning chores, and then we will get going with our home blessing chores. Oh, and one other thing, you saw the birthday candle, so there is a birthday in the house. She had a birthday on Tuesday, and as part of her birthday week, she's exempt from Friday chores. So today is her Friday to not do chores, and I have to admit, she's our 14-year-old, just turned 14, and she is one of our best cleaners. And so I'm gonna pick up the slack and try to get some other people on board with picking up some of her slack, because she's one of those kids that, like, Friday morning she gets up and she already starts the general tidy, which is where we clean the entire house. We tidy up the entire house before we get started, so we have a clean slate. So she's already like doing that automatically. She's amazing at taking care of things, and so I know we're going to really miss her today, but we'll get by because it's her birthday week. I'm sorry, it's her birthday week, and so she will probably just sit on the couch and watch us until she can't stand it anymore and get up and clean something too, because that's just what she does. But anyway, so that's just a little peek inside of what a birthday week is like here. And yes, it's a birthday week. I mean, we're kind of a family that finds any excuse to party, and so that's what she gets. She had a special night last night, so she stayed up pretty late. And then her birthday was Tuesday, and today is no chores. On her birthday, she didn't have any chores. She went out to eat. I think maybe we're done now with birthday celebrations as soon as Friday's over, but pretty much we just party the whole week of their birthdays. And in January, when we have a birthday every single week, that's pretty crazy. But we're just starting our birthday season, so we're getting just a small taste of that. Now that the air conditioner is off, I can tell you a little bit more about what happens when I first get up. So currently there are 2 little girls in our bedroom, one on either side of our bed. So there's a pack and play on one side with Mercy, and on the other side is a toddler bed with Aspen. And the reason it's like that is because the girls' bedroom, my big girl's bedroom, is really small. We live in a 3-bedroom. Currently, we're really hoping to relocate to a 4-bedroom soon, but that hasn't happened yet. So we're still here, and so because of that, we just don't have room for those 2 little girls to be in with the big girls, and so they're in our room. And so when I get up in the morning, I'm basically getting up to the baby waking me up, and she just kind of plays in her crib and talks and says mama until I wake up. And so we have a sound machine in there too to kind of drown out some noise from the outside. It's kind of funny, the syndrome that she has supposedly affects your ears sometimes, and she has amazing hearing, so she hears everything. So we keep the sound machine on. So I will shut that off because I actually sort of can't stand the sound machine. It's too much noise, but I've kind of gotten where I can tune it out. But I'll shut that off. Sometimes the 3-year-old is awake and sometimes she isn't, and I'll just sneak out with the baby. But I typically get the baby's diaper changed, I change her clothes, I put her glasses on, get them cleaned up and put those glasses on. I try to get into the bathroom real fast and brush my teeth and do something with my hair, brush it or pull it back or whatever. Today I've pulled it back because I'm going to be washing it and just letting it go curly today, I think. So then we go out to the kitchen, and 9 times out of 10, unless it's super early in the morning, she wants to eat. So I take her straight to her high chair, and that's where you saw her. And that is pretty much what I do every morning. I keep on my pajamas until I've had some coffee and I'm more awake, and I just kind of slowly start getting people ready. And one thing I do though is I do get up and put on my brace fairly soon after I get up, because my stomach muscles are just pretty shot, and so it gets kind of uncomfortable if I stay too long without the brace on. But currently I do not have it on. I'm still drinking my coffee, and I will be going in soon to get dressed and do that, and then check and see who else has gotten up and if anybody else needs help with breakfast. Hey guys, so they found me out here, and they brought out their little car magazine, and they're showing me all the things that they want. You want Wally? Okay.
Yeah, with a magnetic cricket.
Oh yeah, and he's only $89.99. Yeah, okay. Let's see, and there's Mercy. Hey Mert. And our puppy, Kip. Are you gonna sit down? Kip, that's right, Kip. Dog. That's right. He needs some pets. So yes, they found me, so I guess it's time for me to go in. Oh, you want something too? Yeah, all kinds of things in that magazine. Oy.
Hi.
So we are already like an hour into tidying the house, our general tidy, and I have to be honest, I am super overwhelmed by it. It is just pretty messy. Okay, so here's the kitchen. I have one set of hard-boiled eggs done. What I do is I mark on the side that it's hard-boiled. I've got another one cooling down here. Hey there, Aspen. And most of the dishes got done and put into the dishwasher. You can see we've just laid out towels here. We do have drying mats, but I think they're in the wash. There is the birthday girl exempt from her chores over here eating some grapes, but she has been putting some stuff away for me. The dining room is pretty much picked up, I think. I still have a mess to deal with on my office stuff. I still need to wipe down some counters and such. And then on into here. We're pretty good here. This, I need to figure this thing out. Hey there, Kian. This is where our school computers are, and this is my daughter's schoolwork, my oldest daughter's, and it just feels like it's a mess all the time, but I haven't figured out what to do. There's the 5-year-old.
Hi.
Hi. Some of our decorations are starting to fall down, so I gotta figure that one out. The bookshelf. Okay, so this is like my nemesis because I keep buying books because I really like books, and I like to have our own library because we pay a small fortune to the library, it seems. Hey, hang on a second. But I don't have room, so I'm kind of, I don't know, feeling overwhelmed by that too.
We have to get rid of some books.
Yeah, get rid of some books. That's his idea. We're doing okay here. And there's my oldest daughter. And looks like this isn't too bad, but it's still, there's just nooks and crannies. My oldest son's in college, and this is his crazy mess, and he just kind of spills over into things. So I'd like to get that taken care of. Where are we going now? Oh, Cree's gonna give us a tour. Oh, and then, so this is all the laundry that's been thrown out of bedrooms. Hang on, Mercy. Thrown out of bedrooms and we haven't gotten it to the laundry room yet. And then this was scary. This was 10 times worse than this. Hey, Micah. And he's cleaning under the beds and such because it's so bad. And I'm gonna need to go tend to the baby. Well, the kids are even noticing how long it is taking to do the general tidy today. And I don't think it's just because our 14-year-old is not helping. It was a colossal mess, and I am not exactly sure how it got so bad, but it just, like I said, feels absolutely overwhelming to me. So we are going to really keep digging in the nooks and crannies and get all of this cleaned up, because once the general tidy, the decluttering, all of that is done, then the actual cleaning doesn't take very long. But I don't feel like we can get to that until the nooks and crannies are clean. So we're gonna keep after that, and I will get back to recording once we have actually started cleaning. So my 12-year-old is in charge of the porches. The back porch is kind of wet, so he just tidied it. The front porch is covered, so he's sweeping it down, and this is just one of those chores that we do. It's a little crazy inside. I do have my fall decorations up. Inside here, let's see get a little loud. There's vacuuming going on. Oh, she just shut it off. So Megan is vacuuming, and there she is. Oh, and Aspen is vacuuming too. Good job. The baby is over there in her high chair being contained. Leah, I think, is drawing, right? You've been drawing. The boys are supposed to be, what are you supposed to be doing? What's your chore? Oh, there's Micah, because he's doing.
Come over here.
Hey guys, they're wiping down walls and doorknobs and light switches and baseboards. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Great job, guys, in here. That way Megan can sweep in here. Good job. Yep, he's stuffing all the animals into the, what is the name of that thing? Stuff and Sit. Stuff and Sit, I think, from Creative QT. So they're putting that all in there. Yep, that's what that is. I do have some laundry still to put away in my room, but yeah, thank you.
And this is all that we're gonna do filming. I think. Goodbye.
So I want to kind of talk you through our home blessing now that we have a wide range of kids and older kids and such, and it looks a lot different than it did back when I was doing a one-day home blessing when I had just a couple of little kids and they weren't helping. I did a whole podcast series on cleaning with kids, and so you'll see that there's 4 parts to that, and it includes the weekly home blessing that I did with the 2 kids when they were just little, and then our weekly home blessing now. And I want to tell you a little bit more about our current weekly home blessing, because when you look at it, it kind of looks like a blur, and it looks like a lot, and it is a lot, but I have a lot of kids who can help now. So that's the difference. Back when I had just a couple of kids and they weren't big helpers, we did just like an hour of cleaning, and that was it. I just blew through the house. I didn't do any extra tidying or anything like that. I just cleaned and made sure that everything was clean. There was no deep cleaning. That was done during zone cleaning days. Well, I don't have as much time now to do the zone cleaning as I would like to, and so I don't get to that real often. So what happens is once a week we do this big home blessing, and I have a lot of big helpers, and I have some middle helpers, and then I have some little kids who just make messes as we go. But I do have more help, and because of that, we can really deep clean each week. So that's what our weekly home blessing is each week. So you'll see us pulling things out from underneath the bed, like I said, getting into the nooks and crannies and things like that. We are really trying to reset the house. And so that's what our weekly home blessing has become. But if you have only little kids, that's not probably a good idea. This is definitely something for when you have bigger kids. I would stick with more of a like a weekly chore rotation or a chore board, like I talk about in that podcast. I think I also have some videos here about it as well. So look those up and kind of look those over rather than trying to do something like this when you just have little kids. So the house is pretty much done. The only things not done are the things that my college student is going to have to come back and do. I'll be frank, he does not like that he has chores to do after he gets done with college, but it's just the economy of the household, and he lives here for free, so we need him to do his chores. Currently his chores are the main bathroom top to bottom and the living spaces floors, which is basically just the hallway and the living room. And so that's what he has to do. He does also facilitate the van cleaning when it is done, and also is supposed to make sure that the lawn is mowed. So anyway, he'll take care of that when he gets back. There's just a few little things that we're finishing up. It is, let's see here, 12:15, which is later than it usually is, but like I said, it was a really big mess today. So it is not morning anymore, but that is our basic morning routine for a Friday. And then from here, we're gonna have lunch and then kind of start our party day where the kids get to watch the movies, and later they get to play on the computers and the phones and devices and things like that. So they'll get to do that, and we'll just kind of start relaxing because, again, we homeschool 4 days a week. So this is our off day, and we always have a 3-day weekend. So let the weekend begin. Bye.